Discrimination is just making a choice. Indiscriminate is an adjective most often used with killings, rampages, complete random, and non-purposeful acts that don't choose at all. There's no observation of quality and then, deductive preference for one over the other. We need to discriminate. It's absolutely a part of human nature. It would be foolish for us to give up all discrimination. However, when you do discriminate, you open yourself up to the examinations of the qualities with which you choose who you're going to prefer over another person. So let's say that you are a founder of some charity organization, and you have a certain number of hundreds of thousands or millions to distribute in order to do the most impact on some topic. First off, that topic, you're going to have to discriminate in doing it. If you choose homelessness, you can't choose literacy. If you choose literacy, you can't choose AIDS. If you choose malaria, then you're going to ignore geopolitical change. So, which makes neocons look ridiculous because they've chosen promoting war over all else. But they're religious, so what do you expect from them? The thing about discrimination, though, is that when you do open up your reasons for discriminating, they are open to argumentation and criticism in and of themselves. And if they aren't sufficiently logical, humanistic, if they're not going to make the right impact, and if the impact that they make would ultimately lead to a worse world, then you've made a mistake. And that's why discrimination is such a foul word in our mouths. That's why we say that's discrimination when we don't agree with what somebody's done. Now, in business, and that's really what we're focusing on in this channel, we've chosen that topic because people do currently discriminate against people for, contentless things, like having a tattoo, having a weird haircut, having a big piercing in your nose or your ear or your lip or something. The fact that business does that it's not random. They've chosen to do that for a very real reason. One, they think that it feeds their customer base. Two, they're conservative. Typically, business people are conservative, and so they don't want social change. They like the way things are because the way things are is funneling money into their pockets. And so, in order to keep things the way they are, they don't want any sort of foundational change, but also even superficial changes, like changes in dress, changes in fashion. They're only going to really support these sorts of things when they're very well structured, and it seems clear that those kind of changes won't lead to any sort of change in the power structure which feeds them. And there's nothing to blame about that. That's a natural incentive that they have. However, they've misjudged these topics. So tattoos, piercings, haircuts, different styles of dress, these things don't threaten the power structure. They don't do so at all. It may seem like that to the conservatives because really they're just not that smart. They don't understand that what's in place is the institutions. And the people working for you aren't going to quit the next day. In fact, the people that can't work for you because they have tattoos would probably support the power structure were they given the opportunity to do so. So that's why when we criticize something as being discrimination, what we're really doing is saying your reasoning behind the result of your discrimination, of your choice, is faulty. And if you had proper reasoning, you wouldn't have made the same choice and disadvantaged the same group of people. It's understandable that you're going to disadvantage some people when you're hiring somebody. Only so many jobs and more people, more applicants than there are. But to consistently choose to have applicants that don't have vibrant lives with ink and with interesting body modification, to consistently choose applicants that don't have that to reward, you set up an incentive system which forces the counterculture to actually work against the power structure. And that's not what we necessarily want. It seems to be what you want, though. And so if you do discriminate in your hiring policies, you're trying to set up something that really isn't going to be good for anyone. It's just going to be a cultural struggle and a class struggle, and that's a mistake. So these are just some thoughts on discriminations and some definitions for it. Most of the time, I don't mind discriminating. In fact, I would be powerless to make any option the one that I want to go for if I didn't discriminate. I hope that all made sense. Ask any questions you want in the comment section. Peace.